Hey everybody, Dr. Jake here coming at you with the thought of the week. The question is, has childhood obesity increased or decreased over the last 30 years? What do you think? So the answer is it's actually doubled in children and quadrupled in adolescents in the past 30 years. And what is the reasoning for this? So I would say there's a number of different things. First off, sugar consumption has increased dramatically, and it might not be technically what you would say your fault. We make decisions, especially for our children. However, if you have false information, then you might be thinking you're making an educated decision. Unfortunately, it's putting them in more harm's way because there's so many different names of sugar, where things are maybe low fat. That's a sign for increased sugar. They might have a different term for the sugar consumption. Processed, anything processed is going to be higher in sugar. Carbohydrates are going to break down into sugars. And unfortunately, if you keep feeding, especially an adolescent, something that's high in that content, then it's going to need it. It's going to want it. Unfortunately, it's like having a Ferrari, but you're feeding it diesel fuel. Eventually, it's going to cause issues. And the simple fact of what used to be not even a term is now a regular term is adult, excuse me, adult onset diabetes. This term didn't even come into play until the 90s and became a classification in the 2000s. And there's type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Type 1, you're generally born with. It means that you have a dysfunction in your insulin output. However, type 2 is something that's developed, and it's basically the program being worn out and is not working effectively. Well, in order to worn out, that means that it's been overused. And to be overused before you even turn 20, that's a problem. And that's actually more prevalent than type 1 diabetes. And so having a better understanding of what you're taking in, what's healthy, what parameters are going to help each system operate at a cleaner value is going to be super important. And if you haven't already, grab this book. It's the 5 Essentials of Real Health. I know a lot of you guys are reading this. This does shine a light on a lot of things that you might not think prevalent or might not have an understanding on and thought that you were having the right information. Unfortunately, it was doing you and maybe even your family harm. If you look at the chapters where they talked about what is acceptable overseas and what's acceptable here in the States, we have such a loose category of what we're allowed to put in food. And a lot of that is harming, where if you go overseas, they have healthier portions and they'll ban and outlaw a lot more things than we will. And so, unfortunately, it's our job to educate ourselves because the marketing isn't going to change. And so that means that we just got to take more value for our health, become more proactive, get the information. And generally, that's what we try to do in the clinic as a culture. And so, if you have any questions, ask the docs. If you want information, we'll have it somewhere. We're always happy to help and let us know how. Love you guys. Have a great week.